Stocks our strategists feel are poised to deliver positive returns are featured now in their top stock picks of the week.
Hey everybody, Cooker here with this week's top stock picks. I'm going to go first, and I've got Dave Bartosiak, Mr. Bartosiastics, coming up next with his pick. I am doing HOLG, symbol HOLX, and I did this for you guys probably over a month ago when it was trading around $70. It's because of the ramp in sales and earnings due to COVID-19 testing. HOLG originally made its name in women's health diagnostics, but they jumped on COVID-19 testing really quickly last year. And in fact, they were, of all COVID-19 test kits sold in Q2 of last year, they did nearly 1/3 of the volume. So here's this company you've never heard of, coming out of nowhere. It was like a $10 billion company. Now it's $20 billion. And, so how did they respond so rapidly? At the time, I didn't care what they did. I just knew that the earnings were there. Let's take a look at a snapshot report here from Zacks. So you can see, this is a nice price and consensus chart, proprietary data from Zacks, where we look at the earnings surprises. And, look at this. For 5 years, you see all these green arrows going up. This is HOLG as what we call a serial surpriser to the upside, and big beats lately too. Just blowing away the numbers because they could make these COVID-19 testing kits so fast and get them to market. So what else do I want to show you here? So let's go back to so you saw this page a little bit. You can learn more about their science, and they've got a page dedicated to their fight against the coronavirus. So I went and learned a little bit more about the company because I wanted to know, how did they react so fast to, to making all these test kits last year, and really ramping up sales. And it's really a pretty amazing story because HOLG has a platform called Panther Fusion, the Panther system, and Panther Fusion is the latest iteration of it. And this is a big machine, almost like when you picture Illumina selling the $1 million genomic sequencing machines. This is a machine like that. And so remember in January, when SARS-CoV-2 was first sequenced, right? That spread over the internet so that scientists around the world could use the genomic sequence of SARS-CoV-2. HOLG jumped on that right away, and they came up with a prototype test kit in 2 weeks, submitted to the FDA by the middle of March, and approved really quickly. So that's how fast these guys moved on that. And it's really kind of an amazing story. If you go to their actually, I found this page just by doing a Google search. Going to Google, I'm like, I want to know. I typed in HOLG sequencing because I wanted to see, are they doing the sequencing? Now, this page tells the story, how they went from sequence to solution. Obviously, they did not do the original genomic sequencing to find SARS-CoV-2 and identify come up with what they came up with was, hey, how can we nail down this spike protein so that we can create test kits and determine antigens, basically. So amazing job there. As I peeled back the lid a little bit more, and I wanted to show you a picture of this amazing machine. Let's see if we got one on here. Tons of great information on their website. But I mean, take my word for it. It's a pretty cool looking platform. Digging a little deeper, I found a video from 2014 about HOLG's proprietary real-time TMA. TMA stands for transcription modulated amplification. I think that's it. That's right. And this is basically how how RNA encodes DNA. But this video is amazing graphics. You're about to see a virus penetrate a cell here, but just like grade A, class A plus university level graphics for explaining RNA, DNA transcription. And it's from 2014, which I didn't know anybody had this technology besides Illumina back in, back in 2014. Now, let's talk about the earnings real quick, just because, there is an issue. So let's go down to, okay, you can see right here. For this year, Hologic's going to do $8.80, right? Big jump in earnings, 31% jump in earnings. But next year is projected to fall off. Why is that? Well, that's what you're going to see with all the COVID diagnostic testing companies, is that they're selling a bunch of kits in 2020 and 2021, and then it's going to drop off, after 18 months, 2 years. Yeah, that's possible. But a couple of things are going on. One, this cash infusion for these guys is going to help them just expand greatly into lots of different areas. Secondly, I don't think COVID testing is going away by 2022. And that, that's my view. You're seeing, it's just like all the great vaccine news, Moderna and Novavax now, and even Johnson & Johnson. Countries will want a diversity of vaccines and a lot of supply. This also means that testing is not going to go away. People are going to be getting vaccinated more than once, and testing is going to be mandatory just for travel. So that's why I still like Hologic, busting out to new highs here. I see it as a $100 stock in the next year. So that's why we were buyers at 70, and I would continue to buy the dips in it. All right, Bartosiak is coming up now.
Thanks, Cooker. Today, I've got my top stock pick of the week. It is MarineMax, ticker HZO. Now, this is a stock that has been in my surprise trader portfolio and put in a nice little surprise. It is a Zacks rank number 2 buy. But take a look at these style scores. This is really where it hits home. Value style score of A, growth of A, and momentum of A for a VGM composite score of A. Now, this thing was a Zacks rank number 1 strong buy yesterday. Came down to a buy today. Somehow it's just how the numbers work, but still pretty good. Don't worry too much about this part, about it. The retail miscellaneous industry, which is technically what MarineMax is in the bottom 30% of our Zacks industry rank. Again, I'm not worried about it because it's more of a specialty retailer. It sells boats. And for you folks out there that are boaters, remember, it's always nice to have a friend with a boat. But boat stands for bust out another 1,000 because they're expensive. So I like having friends with boats. Last quarter's EPS surprise, I was telling you about 65% to the upside. And already looking for next quarter. 7.14% earnings ESP heading into next quarter. Again, very early as they just reported. So something to keep an eye on for the future. Now let's see what's really going on here with the sales. Look at this year, 24.53% current year sales growth. That's really amazing to see. Folks, rather than, travel abroad, they're thinking of things that they can do at home. And one of those things is buy yourself a boat and hop in the water. You don't have to worry about COVID when you're the only person in your boat. Next year, that sales growth is expected to reel in a little bit, 3.42%. So they are expecting to see a little bit of a pullback. Current year EPS, 22.2% earnings growth. Next year, just under 4. So pretty decent numbers there. But look at the bullishness coming from analysts. Over the last week alone, 3 analysts upping current quarter, 3 analysts upping next quarter, 4 for the current year, 4 for next year. Look at this move in our Zacks consensus estimate, especially for the current quarter. We've gone from 374 all the way up to 418 for the current year, while next year's number from 407 up to 434. I really think this is the number that you're going to see move the most. This trend, essentially what analysts are saying is, okay, we've got a big trend here in the current year, a big jump in earnings. but they sort of reluctantly made this move. Look, this is 90 days ago. They thought we were going to get 374 for the quarter. Now all of a sudden they're like, you know what? It's going to be 374 for the year. Now all of a sudden they're saying it's going to be 418. So a little bit of a reluctance to make that move to the upside. You're seeing that reluctance in next year right now. 407, 406, 410, and then, oh, wait, we really got to up it to 434. So I think you're going to see much better growth in this stock in the future for next year than these analysts are currently putting on, and that could be very bullish for the stock. All right, don't forget to check out Zacks.com/promo for this week's promotion on Insider Trader, ran by Tracy Reineck. Take a look at that when you're done looking at this video. That's all we've got here for your top stock pick of the week with Kevin and I. Have a great week.